It's delicious.
Okay, hi guys, it's Lavi here, welcome to my channel, and today we have the lovely Liza Donnelly, and she is just flown into Beijing.
Yes,
Yeah?
a couple days ago.
A couple days ago. How are you finding Beijing?
Oh, it's fascinating.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm from New York, and so it's not that much different from New York in some ways, but obviously it's very different.
Have you been to China before, or
No,
is this your first
my
time?
first time.
Your first time? Alright, so nice adventure for you.
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, so we're going to do 3 segments here. So we're going to talk about the beginnings of your career, and then we're going to go into females in the industry, and then how females are depicted within the industry that you're in. Okay, so if you'd like to give the viewers a short intro into who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm a cartoonist and a writer, and I work for the New Yorker magazine, which is a humor magazine, and actually humor and literature in the United States. And I've been doing that a long time, and I started drawing cartoons when I was a little girl because I wanted to make my mother laugh, and it worked, and so I was hooked. And so I just wanted to be a cartoonist. And after I went to university, I began to submit cartoons and started working pretty soon after I graduated. Very, very lucky. And the other thing is I really wanted to be a political cartoonist when I was young.
Nice.
And the New Yorker magazine has political cartoons in it. Not everything is political there, but many of them are. And so I got to do cartoons for them, and some of them were political. They're very quiet political cartoons. They're not like
In your face.
in your face. Yeah, they're more subtle and a little bit quiet. So and then that's been my career with the magazine, but I do work for other places as well, and I do political cartoons online. In around the beginning of the 2000s, I started to think more internationally. I mean, I've traveled a lot over my life, but I began to think that maybe I should do more political cartoons, particularly after 9/11. I was quite overwhelmed by that. And so I started doing more political cartoons online, and more cartoons about women's rights, because I felt I've always been a believer in equality and feminists, but I never really did much about it in my work, and that I began to think that I had a responsibility to do that. So I began to focus more on women's rights in my cartoons.
So you gave women a voice within your cartoons. Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need more of a voice nowadays, and it's hard to get that. So that was your beginnings within the industry. So how did you come about with different concepts for your cartoons? Like, you wanted to do more political? Was it just political, or anything else that you incorporated into your cartoons?
The thing about my cartoons is that it's political, but they're oftentimes they're about culture, not about presidents and leaders and wars and governments. It's more about talking about politics on the human level, on the individual level, like relationships between people. And that's where women's rights come in really quite easily, because so much, I mean, you can change the rules, the laws for women, and say they must be equal, but you have to change things from the ground up, too. You have to change people's attitudes towards each other. You have to help them understand to treat each other equally.
Would you say you had some influence with the Me Too movement as well that's going on?
Did I
influence your cartoon?
Well, I did do one about that. Because when it started to become an issue in the media in Hollywood, with Harvey Weinstein, because I studied so much about women's rights globally, I knew that it wasn't just Hollywood, but it was a subject that was global. One of the cartoons I did was about how this affects most women, that we're all, and that's another thing is I've tried over the years to do cartoons. When I first started cartooning, I thought all I could draw about was being an American, because that's what I am and that's what I know, right? How can I draw about what it's like to be a woman in China? Because I don't know what it's like to be a person in China, or Afghanistan, or London, or wherever. But then I thought more about it, and I realized that what is it we have in common, all women? And what we have in common, unfortunately, is that we're all, to some degree or another, underpaid or misunderstood, abused, and worse. So that's something that we can find commonality in on different levels. I try to draw about that.
Yeah, I think that's very good of you to have that influence, and also to influence us as women as well. So I feel like we all need a voice, and thank you for that.
Well,
really appreciate that. So talking about women, we were having a discussion about women within the industry. So you're one of them, but when you first started, there wasn't that many in the industry.
No, there weren't. When I started, there were 2 other women at the New Yorker drawing cartoons out of maybe 50 or 60 men. It's much better now. It's still not equal. And I don't think the New Yorker was always, from the beginning, was always equal towards women. It just, I think, was more of a cultural barrier that women were not supposed to be funny. Women were not supposed to have big ideas, so that's true of a lot of things. Right?
So within that workplace, it was easier as a woman, would you say, or?
I think it was okay. I mean, particularly since we don't go to the office, we work from home. So if there were any barriers, it's more cultural in terms of our own mindset and trying to convince myself that I'm funny, that I do have good ideas. I think a lot of us women struggle with that. And also, the things that I would draw about, maybe as a woman, might have slightly different approach to subject matter that a male editor might not quite understand, you know?
Yeah.
He might not think that that's interesting or funny or worthwhile. But I think that's changed now. I think that there's more women drawing cartoons in the United States across the board.
So that's more with the times. People have become more open-minded.
I think so. Yeah.
And less closed off to the possibilities of different things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
In general, I mean, there's a lot of pockets that are still not.
Yes,
right?
there's still things that we need to cover up and pursue further with. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So the third thing was how are women depicted within some of the comics and some of the cartoonists.
Mm-hmm.
How would you depict women within your own cartoon?
Well, I try to stay away from stereotypes. That's the first most important thing, is to not go with stereotypes. Really pay attention to what you're drawing and how you're drawing it, so you don't fall into that trap. The other thing is that I've tried, as soon as I became aware of this, and it wasn't right away when I was beginning, why not make the woman speaking in the cartoon? By default, a woman can be every man. It doesn't have to be, if she's speaking, it doesn't have to be about women's issues, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be about raising children, shopping, cooking, none of that. It could be about psychiatry, it could be about politics, women could be talking. So that's the other thing, is give the woman a voice and have it 2 women talking, not talking about a man, so.
Yeah, something that we would generally talk about, because not all women talk about the same thing what men think we talk about.
That's right.
It's like, I'm getting my nails done today, Barbara.
Right.
We basically have more conversations than people think we do.
Right.
So that's good to give them a voice in that aspect.
And make them give women in comics, it's the right word, agency. Make them powerful in what they're saying. And have them own who they are. And so I draw cartoons. They're single panel cartoons, but then there's women superheroes, which I know are popular in this country, right?
Right.
Why not make the woman superhero outside of the mold?
Something different.
Yeah.
Well, not different, because we all have a superhero within us. But it's just getting that urge to get that superhero out and be heard.
Yeah.
So you do that, which is good.
Thanks. So do you with your blog.
Thank you. So yeah, there's both women empowering other women, and also it's for the younger generation as well. So do you have any advice for the younger generation, females in particular, as to how they can pursue a career like yours?
It's changed so much since when I started. Of course, the internet gave me a lot of freedom, because I could publish things that nobody wanted to buy. I could publish them online, particularly cartoons about women's rights. So just keep drawing and don't be too critical of yourself. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to draw some really bad cartoons, but you have to draw the bad ones to get the good ones. I have tons of cartoons, boxes and boxes. When I used to work on paper, I now work on digital, but that will never see the light of day, because they're not that good, or they're just nobody wanted them, and that's okay. So you just keep looking forward and have confidence, and don't judge yourself too harsh, and surround yourself with people that are supportive, right?
Right, yeah. So you need support in your life, and never to give up really is your motto.
Exactly, yes, right.
Yeah.
Keep putting yourself out there. I do that all the time still. Try new things.
Yeah. So, is there any other advice you would give to people wanting to start drawing? Some people feel like they're not good at drawing, and what do they start? How do you start to even begin to draw? What are the basics, would you say?
Let's see. Well, you could take a drawing class from somebody, a life drawing class. That would help, but short of that, I started when I was really little, and I would trace other people's cartoons when I was a child. And you can do that. It helps you see how the lines go, and then you develop your own style. And don't steal other people's work.
Yeah, very
learn. You learn how to do it by tracing, and look at a lot of art too. Look at other people's work and read it and study it. Just immerse yourself in it.
So you got to understand how you want to be portrayed as the person, but also what you're trying to get out there.
Yeah, that's true. That's well put. Yeah.
That came from you.
It did?
Yeah, just feeding it to me. Good. So, would you say you have influenced a lot of people within China to,
just
go
got
into
here.
the industry? What do you have any insight into how comics are seen in China? Or?
I don't, not yet. I'm sorry to say. I did hear that there's a lot of the comics that are popular here are more storytelling comics, like similar to anime, graphic novels.
Yeah.
And that's really great stuff. I've done a graphic narrative short story about. It's called Portrait of a Cartoonist as a Woman. So it's about me becoming a cartoonist and a woman, and the different difficulties I've had with both those things. But the graphic storytelling is really popular now. And I don't know if you can get the New Yorker online here, but they have some really good graphic narratives in the New Yorker online.
Oh, right. So it's something that you can get your hands on.
Maybe, yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly.
You might have to have a wall jumper, what we call a VPN, to access those things online. But yeah, it should be.
And there's some great stuff out there.
So, do you think it's something that will keep excelling in the industry? Do you think in a few years' time will comics still be popular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are more popular than when I began. You know, the comic storytelling. And there's people in the States who are doing different kinds of comics, really creative, unusual work, and also political comics too. So there's comics for any demographic you could think of. You know, there's comics for women, there's comics for LGBTQ, and then there's comics for people of African American descent, and you know, there's all kinds of variety, and I think it's just going to increase.
Do you think any of your comics would be made into a movie at any time?
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like that to happen?
I would.
Yeah.
Actually, a book I wrote. My husband's also a cartoonist, and so we did a book together called Cartoon Marriage. It almost became a television show.
Oh,
that didn't get picked up.
Oh. Well, hopefully they see this and they pick up that one.
Yeah, thank you. It's not really a funny cartoon. That's some New Yorker work. That's what my New Yorker work will look like. It's
Okay.
black and white, usually one panel. It's a simple cartoon. But this one is one I did after 9/11, and the little girl saying to her father, "Daddy, can I stop being worried now?" So that's kind of a serious comic.
Heartfelt.
Thank you. Because that's how we felt in the States. We were really shocked. Mommy, what did you do in the war on women? So I often use children in cartoons just because I think it's a great vehicle. It's a book I wrote about the women cartoonists at the New Yorker called Funny Ladies. And then this is an example of this is an illustration for something, I don't remember what. But
It's a political.
yeah. I often use the Statue of Liberty as a symbol for things in the United States. Like this says free press on there. My cartoons are quiet, so I don't really attack people too hard.
That's the best way to do it. It's very subtle.
I think I like it.
With a dash of a hint.
Right. You draw them in, it's kind of quiet, and then you can come down. This is something I did about some suicide bomber in Pakistan, where children were killed. And these things I do just and put them out online. Nobody hired me to do this. I didn't get paid, but I wanted to be a part of the conversation, so I put it out on social media.
So this doesn't even need any words to
No.
it. So that's what I like about art, is that you can make your own narrative to it. So with this one, you don't even need any words.
Yeah, also,
Oh, wow.
not all my work is captionless or without words, but for this PowerPoint coming here, I chose mostly stuff that was not.
It's about equality, that one.
That's about equality, minimum.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, right.
Straight
I love using these scales. This one is about peace, and the teacher is teaching peace, and all the students are thinking of peace in a different way, which I like. I mean, we all have our own idea of what peace is and what peace can be. So this also is one about peace, talking about how I use my pen as a tool for peace, for communication between people. That's what I like to think. These are all different people, different ways of expressing a need, a desire for peace. Optimistic statement saying that love will get rid of terrorism.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
We all wish for that.
It's a simplistic idea, but why not? She's take off on my own cartoon piece and different ways of interpreting it. Equality for women, just an illustration. That one's too complicated. Women are diverse. This is part of a several panels of cartoons. It's what I was talking about earlier, how we all, what we have in common. So we are diverse. You know, we all look different, we talk different, we wear different clothes.
Yeah.
But what do we have in common? Do we all have breasts or vaginas? Are we nurturing? Are we soft? Are we sweet? Do we like to talk? All that stereotypes and some in reality. But no, we're belittled. I can't read it with my glasses on.
Belittled, dismissed, underpaid, harassed, raped, and assaulted. Yeah. So kind of, we all are the same but different.
Yeah.
And we all have different stories at the
Yes.
same time. Yeah.
This is one that's similar about, you know, in 1 minute, what would you hear around the world? And it would be women saying, no, stop it, don't do that. There's the Me Too drawing. It's just about women, cartoonists drawing the world. The equality one, cartoonists, men and women equal cartoonists. And women holding up the globe.
Yeah, pretty much we do.
I know. That's a sample of some of my cartoons that don't have any words.
Thanks
so
for
much.
joining
Great
us.
to meet you.
You
Okay.
too as well.
Bye.
So that's Lavi out with Liza. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.